Hello everyone. How are you all? Hope you all would be in the state of good health and would be utilizing your precious time. In SST, we learned about our country India, the states and capitals, its physical features and political divisions. After that, we discussed about the first physical feature, that was the abode of snow. We read about the northern mountains in that chapter. After that, we discussed about the fertile plains of northern India. It was our third chapter. Now we will discuss about our fourth chapter, which is the southern plateau. In this chapter, we will learn about the plateaus, how they formed, location of southern plateaus, the mineral found in the plateau region, the states that lie in the plateau regions, and the life of the people living in the plateau regions. Fine, so let's start the topic. The southern plateau. Our country consists of a large plateaus located to the south of the northern fertile plains known as the southern plateau. A plateau is an area of flat land that is higher than the land around it. This tableland is very important to our nation due to its productivity in agriculture and industries. It slopes from west to east. I hope the first question in your mind would be, what is plateau? Actually, plateau is a highland which is almost flat at the top. Or you can say a plateau is a portion of land that is more or less flat and level, elevated above the surrounding area. Means a plateau is a raised, rocky and uneven land surface. Now we will discuss about the location where the southern plateau located. The southern plateau includes three plateau regions, namely the Malwa, the second one is Chota Nagpur, and the third one is the Deccan. The Malwa plateau is in the northwest part of southern plateau and lies between the Vindhya and Aravali hills. The Chota Nagpur plateau lies in the northeast of the plateau region, extending till the Rajmahal hills. The Deccan plateau, as the name implies, Deccan means Dakshin, means south. The Deccan plateau, as the name implies, is the southern extension of the plateau region. You can see here is the map of India. Through the map you can understand from where the southern plateau region starts. To the south of the northern plains lies the vast southern plateau of India. Look here. It is triangular in shape. Fine, it is triangular in shape and covers a large part of India. The southern plateau is bordered by Aravali range on the northwest, the Rajmahal on the northeast, and Eastern Ghat on the east and the Western Ghat on the west. Fine. In this map, you can see it is a wedge-shaped region. The Arabian Sea the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean border the plateau on three sides, and the fertile plains bind it in the north. I hope you understood. Now we will talk about the climate. Okay? The climate in plateau region is very hot and humid in summer and warm in winter in most of the parts of this region. The rainfall varies from state to state. The seasonal southwest monsoon winds bring rainfall from June to September. The seasonal southwest monsoon winds bring rainfall from June to September, and from during October and November the northeast monsoon winds bring rainfall in this region. Now we will learn about the physical features. Millions of years ago, volcanoes erupted in the northwestern part of the Indian peninsula and emitted hot liquid which is called lava. As a result of continuous volcanic activities for thousands of years, the lava turned into thick layers. These layers cooled down and formed vast stretches of highlands with a flat top called tableland or plateau. It means plateaus are also called tableland. The southern plateau is triangular in shape as we have seen in the map. It is broad in the north and tapers down towards the south. It is a wedge-shaped region. The Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean border the plateau on three sides we have discussed, and the fertile plains bind it in the north. It means millions of years ago there was erosion of surrounding areas by rivers, flooding and glacier activities. Uplift of land occurred from the pressure of a large magma chamber under the layer of rocks. Over a period of time, lava repeatedly started flowing and formed plateaus, sometimes due to collision of tectonic plates of Earth's crust, can elevate a portion of land to create a plateau. Now we will discuss about the rivers of the plateau region. Many rivers drain the plateau region. River Godavari and its tributaries drain in northern part. River Krishna and its tributaries drain the central part of the region, and River Kaveri drains its southernmost part. River Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri and their tributaries flow from west to east into the Bay of Bengal as the plateau region slopes from west to east. River Narmada and River Tapti flow into the Arabian Sea where the land slopes. River Damodar drains the Chota Nagpur plateau and joins River Hooghly. Hooghly is a distributary of River Ganga, that is in Kolkata. Hooghly, a distributary of River Ganga, River Chambal, Betwa and San are the plateau rivers that flow towards north where the region slopes and join River Yamuna and Ganga. One thing you have to keep in mind, River Godavari is the largest among the rivers of plateau regions. Jog Falls, formed by Sharvati River of the plateau region in Karnataka, is one of the highest waterfalls in India. When rivers flow from a great height through the mountains, they form waterfalls, gorges and valleys. Keep in mind, Jog Falls of Sharavati River in Karnataka is one of the highest waterfall of India. The rivers of plateau region are smaller than the Himalayan perennial river. In our second chapter, The Abode of Snow, we read about the perennial rivers, but in plateau regions, the rivers are smaller than the Himalayan perennial rivers. The plateau rivers are seasonal rivers. It means they depend upon the rainfall, which depend on monsoon rains. Their flow reduces and they even dry up partially or totally during summer. When there is no rain, the rivers reduce and even they dry up. Okay. In our next video, we will learn about the hills of plateau region, states across the southern plateau, people of the plateau region, and importance of plateau region. Today, what we have discussed? We have discussed about a plateau, how the plateau raised, location of southern plateau, tomorrow, and rivers that flow in plateau region. It's a very big chapter. In next video, we will discuss the rest things. Fine. I hope this video will help you to understand the topic. See you in our next video. Till then, keep learning. Bye-bye.